Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at the top 5 best 120Hz 4K TVs 2021 in the market for this year. We made this list based on our own opinion, research and customer reviews. We've considered their quality, features, and values when narrowing down the best choices possible. If you want more information and updated pricing on the products mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description box below. Now let's get started. Number 5. LG C1 OLED. Our top pick of all the best TVs and OLED TVs available today, the LG C1 OLED is an all-around powerhouse that also offers virtually all the gaming features you'll need for the best next-gen performance. For starters, all 4 of its HDMI ports are 2.1 compatible. Outside of LG TVs, most other manufacturers have only started adding HDMI 2.1 to 1 port via firmware updates. With the LG C1 OLED, you could actually plug in both the Series 10 and the PS5 to their own dedicated 2.1 port. Even if you only own one, we trust LG's 120Hz 4K performance more than the others, because it was built into the TV design from the start rather than added retroactively. It's definitely worth talking about the new gaming features on this year's C-Series OLED, as that's where the majority of the innovation is this year. Number 4. Samsung Q80T QLED TV. Samsung's 2020 lineup has one HDMI 2.1 port each, though only the Q950TS, Q90T, Q80T and Q70T have a 120Hz panel that can take full advantage of it. Of these options, we chose the Q80T as the best Samsung offering with the best balance of color quality, performance and price. The Q80T's biggest draw for gamers is its 8.7 milliseconds input lag, so insignificant that your video game avatar will look like it's wired directly to your controller. You'll typically only see a sub 10 milliseconds input lag on a monitor, and Samsung only achieves this by reducing image processing. If you want blur and jutter reduction, you can activate the Game Motion Plus mode and get a respectable 19.7 milliseconds lag. Advertisement. Samsung TVs are also well regarded for their AI upscaling. They can take SD or HD content, intelligently work out what something is on screen, compare the object against Samsung's texture database, and then fill in the missing pixels to upscale to 4K while looking more naturally high resolution. Number 3. Sony X900H LCD TV. Another TV that had HDMI 2.1, VRR and OM support added retroactively to one HDMI port. The Sony X900H is also one of our top 10 best TVs, ranked just behind the Q80T. With fairly low input lag and excellent color fidelity, Sony's best TV is tailor-made for making next-gen games look photorealistic without sacrificing frames. The picture quality of the X900H is superb, particularly in 4K HDR and Dolby Vision. Packed with details and having strong backlit contrast between light and dark content, the X900H lacks the typical noise, graininess, dull blacks or other issues we often find with LCD panels. Its only weakness is that its VA-type panel, while beautifully colorful, is also best when looked at directly and doesn't have the best viewing angles. Somewhat less impressive is the Android TV interface, but in theory you'll be using your Xbox Series 10 or PS5 for your entertainment apps anyway. Number 2. LG Nano 90 LCD TV. A more affordable mid-range alternative to the LG CX OLED, the LG Nano 90 has 2 HDMI 2.1 ports with VRR and OM, making the LCD TV perfectly suited to handle both next-gen consoles at once if you somehow snag both. We measured the game mode input lag at 18 milliseconds, at the higher end of our list but still at the low end at which you'll easily get accustomed. The Nano 90 comes in last of the best 120Hz 4K TVs in part because we noted some issues with its backlighting during our review. Bright objects can produce some blooming, the backlight can sometimes turn off entirely during dark scenes then visibly flicker back to life, and it doesn't perform as well in dark rooms. It also isn't as reliable with upscaling as its rivals on this list. Number 1. TCL 6 Series QLED TV with Mini LED. While we've focused our list on TVs that can handle 120Hz in 4K, we're including the TCL 6 Series QLED TV, which can hit 4K and 120Hz separately but only reaches 60Hz for UHD content. Our TV picks above are fairly expensive unless you buy the smallest models, so we wanted to include a more affordable, sub-$1,000 4K TV in the mix for gamers who care more about frame rates and less about resolution. Another one of our top 10 TV picks, the TCL 6 series can support 120 FPS in 1440p thanks to its unique THX certified game mode. That benchmark happens to be the maximum spec for the Xbox Series S, making the budget next-gen console and budget TV a match made in heaven.